Hello, welcome to Marketing Matters, the show where we explore all things marketing and uncover those things that matter for you and your success. I'm your host, Denise Millet, and my hope and mission is to bring marketing and technology to you in a way that's useful, without jargon, complexity, or confusion, so you can grow your business, build your best life, and expand your impact in the world. Today's episode is called What's a Keyword? We're going to talk about keywords, what they are, how they can affect your success when you're using search engines and search marketing. So let's get going. Actually, before we start, I want to share a quote with you from Zig Ziglar. He's a World War II veteran. He became a really powerful salesperson in many big organizations, and then he struck out on his own as a motivational speaker and trainer. And I'm sure you've seen his name somewhere. It's so unique, but he's shared a lot of importance with a lot of inspiration with a lot of business people and entrepreneurs. So he says that there's power in words, and what you say is what you get. So I'm going to bring this to your attention because sometimes we think the small things aren't as important as the big things. And I will say that this little piece of work that we're going to do today is something that can have a big impact. And there is power in this. So I don't want you to think that it's such a small topic. Why is she wasting your time? Because I think this is a very important topic for you and your business. So, what is a keyword? And, what's the bottom line, right? We don't want to waste too much time on the minutia here, but I'm going to say to you that think of a keyword, it opens a lock, right? A key normally opens a door, a vault. It gets you into something, right? A keyword is a word, phrase, or question that's the main idea within whatever you create with it, whether it's your blog post, your article, your podcast, your video script, your web page. It's whatever creative content you have that you're producing for your audience, that you're trying to share your expertise, you're trying to help them, you're trying to encourage them to do business with you, right? So a keyword is a piece of that content that is going to resonate with your audience. And it's your main idea, it's your main reason that you're writing the content, the reason that you're creating what you're creating. In that instance, right? I don't mean as a big overall umbrella, but take that piece of content and why have you written it? What is the purpose of it? What is the connection that piece of content has with who you're trying to speak to? That's a keyword. A keyword is taking your work and your main idea. If you had to direct someone to your content, what words would you use to get to it? It would be the main theme, the idea and the title, the headlines, right? Those are your keywords. And so if you think about my keywords that I've used before in some examples in these shows, is I've used website builder for entrepreneurs. And that's what I think of when I think of how to describe myself. But my keywords aren't always those words. I mean, I weave those in there, but I think about the people who are actually searching for someone to build them a website. And I don't think they're going to say website builder. I think they might say website designer because that is a word that is more often used to describe what I do. I also believe that they may use website creator for small business. Whereas I might say entrepreneur, they consider themselves as a small business. They don't consider themselves necessarily as an entrepreneur. Or they might say, I'm a coach, so I want a website for coaches, right? So do you see the difference there? It's my main idea. They hold the key. They hold the key to unlocking the vault of information that I have. And that key is from their perspective of your audience. What are the keywords they would use when they search for you? because they're looking for the place to get the answer. They're looking for the place to unlock the door with their keys. And the bottom line is your keywords as your main idea need to be the words that they use to find you in search. For search marketing to benefit you, you need to make that connection to your words and their words. And their words are what they're using to get to you. So if you have those words in your content, or you have that phrase or that question or the documents or the power of the ideas that you have in this content that search marketing, search engines are going to have, they won't deliver it to your audience unless it matches what those people put in that box, in the search box. I hope that makes sense, because, we're not really keywords, ideas, right, and topics that define what your content is about. They're the words and phrases that searchers enter into search engines. They're not just what you think your main idea is. It starts that way, right? You start preparing a piece of content, and I'm serious, I don't mean just something you write, a script, a video. If you're doing it for someone to see and you want it to have the desired effect, right? You have to connect their language to your language at some point. So we go through a lot of exercises. We've talked about this in many different shows here in episodes, is that you're understanding your ideal client, your ideal prospect, what's in their mind, what is their issue, what is their problem, right? What are they looking for? And how can you help them with it? Because you can scream what you do, not scream, but you can present what you do and how wonderful it is and all the features and all the benefits. But if you can't make that connection, that's where you're going to misstep, and you're going to feel like you're just throwing things out into the forest, right? You're going to feel like it's out there and you've spent hours and hours creating it, but it's not getting you anywhere. And you have to make that connection. Now, I'm also going to say that we've discussed in previous episodes the importance of search marketing and the importance of search engines. And I'm going to say again that billions of searches happen per day on Google.com. And it's the largest potential free audience you have out there. Social media is wonderful. Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, all those are wonderful. But they only have the traffic. So their traffic is a subset of what Google sees. And if you can tap into that free market at Google.com, you can see the benefits of having more traffic come to your website or your content, your blogs, your podcasting platform, wherever it is you're doing your work or presenting your work. You can have another stream of traffic coming to that. So I'm not saying don't do social media. Social media is wonderful. Whatever you're doing, do it. But here's another opportunity of very, very large audiences out there every single day. You might as well try to pull some of it in toward you and be the solution for somebody, because they are out there looking for you. Okay, high horse, I'm done. So let's move on. So let's talk about where to find keywords. This is what people struggle with the most. And I am going to say that, excuse me, you have to think like your audience. You have to put yourself in their mindset and what they're thinking about at the time they sit down to search for something. So they are sitting down and they're typing into this box, as this says, how to make money online, right? And they click on search. What is that problem they're looking for? They're looking for more money online, right? They're another entrepreneur and they need more cash flow for their business. How can you help them with that? What words, these words they're using, how can you put this in your content to answer that? Or similarly, any other question that you might have, that they might have, that you're answering, right? I am going to say that Google itself has features built into the search platform that are going to help you, because you figure so many billions of searches happen per day and they keep track of all that. So they're trying to make it easier for their clients who are searchers, make it easier for them to find something, because then they might click on an ad and Google makes money, right? So they're trying to get people to find what they need within Google. And so they've built a number of features into the platform that are very, very useful, that as business owners, we could say, well, let's research using all that data that Google has collected. So let's see how we do that. Okay, the first thing we're going to use is Google Autocomplete. As you type in google.com, you're going to see suggestions come up as you type. And hang on one second. Let me just do something here so I can actually show you how this works a little bit. Of course, it's taking its grand old time because I'm doing a show right now. So it's not. Oh my goodness, it's taking forever. So, as I was saying, you're typing things into google.com and they are trying to anticipate what you're saying, right? Or what you're looking for. They're trying to anticipate. So let me show you. I'm going to take me off the screen so you see what it is. This is your regular Google search box, right? And if you start typing website, you see how it's changing in here as I go along? This is called autocomplete. And this is giving me many different suggestions for the endings that I could type in my keywords. Now, keywords are not just one word, right? It's a phrase. It's a grouping of words that your searching person may use to find an answer or solution or a product. So it's a phrase or a question that they're putting into search to look for what they need. So as you type, as a searcher, Google's trying to make it easy for you. They're trying to finish your sentence as you're typing so that you don't have to type as much. And they're trying to give you options. And these are all the things that a lot of people have looked for before when they've entered these words. So that is what autocomplete is. Autocomplete is, as you type, it's predicting. And as a builder, as a person who's in business and we're trying to find keywords, well, take all these suggestions and see if they fit for you. See if these would work in your writing, if this is how you would speak, and does that connection be made, right? See this, create a website, Google Website Builder, GoDaddy Website Builder. Wait, what are the things that you do and how does this match that? How will your audience of people that you resonate with use those words? Because if so, Google's seen them before. So you could definitely get people to come to your site using those words, right? Their potential. Now, another feature Google has for its, within its thing is people also ask. So when you type a search and you get results, there's a section down in the page that says people also ask. Here are some questions that are commonly used with those words that Google's seen before. And they have direct matches to certain pages. They were pulled off of pages. So these are good things for you to think, well, does that work for me? Can I build a website for free? Is that what I'm trying to talk about? Not really. But I could talk about what's the website builder is best to use because I have an opinion about that and I believe in what I use to build websites. So I could speak to that and maybe that would be appropriate for me to include in my content. Now, another thing that they use is there's also at the bottom of the screen related searches. And these are other searches people have done for the similar words or phrases. And these just give me more suggestions to use for my keywords. Okay? So these three things are built into Google. And let me just show you those other two by finishing this search right here. And this is a search engine results page, as you've seen before. And you will see the people also ask section right here. And if I wanted to say, this is probably a good question for me to include in a blog post, what's the website builder is best to use, because I have an opinion on that, as I said. So here, these are who wrote this is Forbes. Oh, no, Forbes. Yes, so Forbes wrote this article about the best website builder to use. And I can refer to that in my article, right? So I could get another link to something else for people to have more information, but that's their opinion, and I could share what my opinion is, and that would resonate, right? And it's proven that people have asked that question before in Google, so you could be latching on to traffic that already exists. Now there's also, at the bottom here, people also ask, there's more of them, and then related searches, as I showed you. And these are just going to give you a whole nother page of results. So if I wanted to do website builder for small business, I'm going to get a whole nother page of results, more what people also ask questions, and then additional related searches down here. So you can keep going and going and going, and you will get suggestions for you to use in your content. Okay? So the other thing that I'm going to present about keywords very quickly is that I know it's tempting to use the same word over and over and over again to get credit for having more content about that word or that phrase in your content. But I will say that people are looking for helpful, useful content, and Google will reward helpful and useful content. So it's not all about writing for search engines. You want to tailor your content for search so it will be a viable solution for someone. It has to be a solution. It has to be helpful. It has to have meat to it. It can't just be using the words a million times and expect people to come to you and stay. Because even if you did trick Google into giving you as a result, people will get there and say, well, this isn't helpful, and they'll leave. So you still have to have something that's helpful, useful, and that is going to help them along in their journey to find a solution. And that's either doing business with you or with someone else. So you want to make sure it's you. You want to make sure that you connect with them, because if you can't connect with them, they can't do business with you. And that means if they can't find you, right, they're not even going to know you're out there. But if they do find you and you don't connect with them, connect in their language to their idea, to what's happening for them in that moment, then they're not going to do business with you. They can't do business with you because you're not talking to them, to their issue. And that's probably the hardest part about online work and online marketing and online selling and trying to do business, is you don't have the normal ways of having a conversation where people meet you and you slowly say, hey, how are you? What do you do? And you don't have that chance to instill confidence, and you're trying to jump right into their conversation and kind of anonymously answer their questions and serve them where they are and hope that they'll come along and come back to you to do more work. I know it sounds crazy, but think about it that way. If you are going to look for something, you don't jump out and make a decision right away. You have to get more information. You have to learn, teach yourself what you want, come clear on what you want, and then you make the decision to move forward. Okay? So keywords are your opening. They're the way to open the door for people to come to you. And from there, you have to have really, really good stuff to help them. And present things, offer things, whether they pay for it or not, that speak to what they need. Not what you think they need, what they actually are telling you they need through their searches and through the questions they ask, etc. Okay, thank you so much. Today I want to tell you about my workshop. It's called The Simple Ways to Make Sure you can make yourself findable today. So I want to say, are you findable? If they can't find you, they can't do business with you, right? If they can't understand what you do when they get to you and that you are speaking to what they need, then they can't do business with you. And if you're not included in Google at all, your product, your content is not there, then they can't find you to do business with you either, okay? So I have this workshop. It's called the Simple Ways to Make Yourself Findable Today workshop. And if you'll go to dmillet.com/simpleways, you can find out more information about it and get yourself on the way to making sure people can come to you from Google. And thank you. I'm so glad you could join me for this episode of Marketing Matters. I know how precious your time is, and my hope is you came away from this episode with a nugget or two you can apply to your business or at least help you move forward. My aim is to provide clear, useful info for you so that you can have a thriving business, amazing relationships with your customers and clients. And as always, if you have any questions, please drop a post on my show Facebook page, Marketing Matters. The link is in my profile here, or you can just do a search on Marketing Matters and it'll come up, Marketing Matters Show. Thank you so much. Have a great day.